Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your August 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for us, my sun sign brothers and sisters. What are our actions and interactions with the world at large and their results likely to bring? So this month we get the Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like we're working very hard this month. Now I'm going to be really honest with you. This card is, it is a good card, right? It's a nice card as well. It means that whatever it is that you're doing, you are working on refining something. You're making it better than it is, or putting more into it than you possibly can. Now, the other thing with the Nine of Pentacles, it is that moment before you get to enjoy your hard work or the fruits of the labor that you've already put in, right? So very often when I see this card, yes, it's about refinement. Yes, it's about beauty. Yes, it's about good results. But it can also see you working really, really hard on something. And sometimes in ways that kind of feels like there's not so much of a reward. Do you know what I mean? Like you can see the efforts and you can see what something's going to be when it's finished, but it kind of says to you that it's not quite there yet. So it looks like you're spending a lot of time and a lot of energy on a project this month. Interestingly enough as well, I had something go wrong with this reading, so I had to start again. And the card that came up in this position before was the Seven of Cups. And the message that I got from that was, really think about what you're putting your time and your energy into and whether you're trying to do too much. Now, the Nine of Pentacles kind of seconds that in a way, because it says that you are working very, very hard, but it looks like you're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing this month. So the thing that I want to say to you is just be cautious that you're not overdoing it. So if you are sort of burning the candle at both ends, make sure you do find some sort of downtime where you can relax. Make sure you're doing something to look after yourself, or at least something to get a little bit of a separation. All right. The other thing with the Nine of Pentacles, this is about you trying to get the best out of what it is that you do, which is never a bad thing. But it might be this month that you kind of push yourself too far, or maybe you're aiming for perfect when, as we know, there's no such thing as perfection. So it's really important this week that you, this month, it's really important that you do your absolute best for sure. But and especially if you're in the drafting phases of something, if you throw out a million drafts, you're never going to be happy because you're never going to get started. So take the hard work, do the hard work, but ultimately be satisfied when you've done a good job. All right. For your money and materials, you have the Four of Wands. Now, this is a very stark difference because the card that came up previously, I got through these first two cards, was the Five of Swords. And the message was there, when it comes to your money and your finances, you really need to think about, especially what it is that you're putting your money into, or where it is that somebody may be leaning on you, or, kind of not siding on you, but, where somebody's kind of leaning on you and it's like, well, I've got all my own stuff to do without having to deal with somebody else's as well. Now, this is a great card. These are really nice cards. The reason I told you about the energies that came up previously is because I wanted you to be aware of both, right? So with your Four of Wands, this suggests that this month, although you might have some challenges when it comes to money, that Five of Swords that was there previously, the Four of Wands suggests that finances are definitely going to pick up for you this month, but it's going to be off the back of that hard work. It's not just going to be money that falls into your lap. It's not just going to be oh, look, suddenly here you go, everything that you need, right? It's going to be off of that hard work. It's going to be that graft that gets you it. But the message here is that hard work that you are putting in is going to yield the results that you would hope for. It does look like there's going to be some sort of celebration in the home this month. Maybe you're having a housewarming. You know, if you're moving this month, maybe you are having some sort of get together at your home, but there is some kind of celebration happening that is happening in your dwelling, which is absolutely brilliant. And then when it comes to your physical health looks good this month. Actually, it looks like you've got a lot of energy, interestingly enough. It also looks like you could be spending a lot of time really beautifying the home, right? So, and that's something that's come up for a lot of the signs this month. You know, it looks like a lot of people are, and that makes sense, right? If you've just come out of a pandemic and you're not sure if there's going to be another, you know, there's not going to be another lockdown happening, you're going to do everything you can to make sure that the place that you spend the most of your time, because you're not even going to work now, you're working from home, you're going to do everything that you can to make sure that that place that you live in is absolutely tip top, so that you've got everything that you need, so that it's comfortable, so that it offers you all the, you know, all the comfort that you could hope for. So I like these two cards, I actually do. And like I said, the reason I had to give you the contrast is because of what came up previously. You know me, I don't edit my videos, but unfortunately they did come up and they were heavier cards than these two, and although it's a different energy, I like people to have more information so that they can choose whatever, you know. If you have any struggles this month in any one of these areas, you'll be able to look at this and say, right, okay, that's how that factors in, but you'll also know that you have the ability to manifest the change that you're hoping for as well. All right, for your communications and conversations, you've got the Three of Swords. So something looks like it's coming to an end or a close this month. This could be with a friend, it could be with, you know, not necessarily, well, no, it could be with a partner. For some of you, this could be with a friend. For some of you, this could be with a partner. It does look like there is going to be some sort of challenging conversation that needs to be had, but it's going to be the end of it, right? So you're going to say your piece, they're going to say their piece, and then you'll go off in your separate directions. And that's very likely to be the last that anything is ever said of it again. Now, one thing that I will say to you with this card as well, the Three of Swords is a separation that hurts in the heart. That's why the swords are piercing the heart, right? But remember, swords are all about the mind, which means it's very often it's a conscious decision. It's our conscious decision to walk away from something or to leave something be, and we feel it, right? You know, and it's like that when a friendship ends, when a relationship ends, we feel it. Even if, you know, even if it was difficult, you always go through that sort of period of mourning. So it's just something for you to consider this month. For your love and relations, you have the Sun card, right? So for those of you that are partnered and have those good sort of steady, stable relationships, your relationship is just going to grow. Now, here's the thing that you need to know if you're single or if you're newly single. And sometimes it happens like this, you know, sometimes the universe loves to have its way. Whenever you see the Sun card, and you know, it's next to the Three of Swords, it may very well be that as one relationship is ending, you end up going into another one, or as that relationship or partnership comes to a close, you meet somebody else that seems, you know, like, oh wow, okay, maybe the reason it didn't work out with them is because this person was on their way to me. So there could be that energy this month. Family ties look good. Again, I mean, the Sun card is adding strength, light, heat and power to everything, and it's diminishing this. So if it is a friendship that's ending, you might part ways, you know, better than you had, but still in the understanding that, you know what, no, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, but I'm glad we don't hate each other anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that energy. If it is a partner, this could be that, you know what, we decided to go our separate ways, but we're still going to stay friends. I'm not going to go into my personal life with that, but yeah, very apt indeed. So let's have a look, see at the weeks of the month. For the first week, we have the Temperance card. So all of that hard work is going to pay off, and it looks like a lot of the stuff that you're focused on this month, it really does see you kind of almost not necessarily just refining yourself, but also refining a lot of your approaches. This is about you learning the art of subtlety. This is going to see you really very focused on where you actually want to be. It's going to see you really getting very clear on a lot of your goals, and it's also going to see you really thinking about your long long-term future. This is going to see you really projecting your mind out, like, you know, like Aquarians can do. We can go right into the future and shoot ourselves in there and literally build the whole thing backward, like retro engineer the whole thing. So it looks like that's what we're doing this month. And this first week of the month, you could be really planning, goal setting, you know, setting those intentions, really focused on a lot of this stuff. And it's interesting as well, because in this first week of the month, on that 3rd of August, we have that big full moon, which is in the sign of Aquarius. So something is putting a spotlight or a highlight on us and our energy in some way, shape or form. For the second week of the month, we have the Faith card, the Hierophant card. So something about the home is changing, something about the home is evolving, and because it is the Hierophant card, it does suggest to me as well that money is going to be good this month, but it might be that somebody calls on you for a favor. Now, the thing that I said when the 5 of Swords came up was it's very likely not to be a favor. So if you don't have it to give in order to, you know, in terms of losing it, don't give it. I know this is not a month to give loans. If you can give something and not expect or want it back in return, then go for it, because in that respect, you know, you will absolutely, you know, it'll be a good thing. You know, consider it a kind deed as opposed to a loan. And in that case, you know, it will save a lot of hassle in the long run for you. For your 3rd week of the month, you have the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, new energy. And the thing with the Fool card, it tends to set you off in a different direction or a new path. And I kind of feel like whatever or whoever is being phased out this month, that connection, by letting it go, it's going to make way or pave the way for someone or something new. So whatever it is that ends this month here in the 3rd week of August, consider it a blessing in disguise. You know, sometimes it really is that way. At the time, you know, when it's happening, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It sucks. It hurts. It's awful. And then, you know, 2, 3, 6, 12 months down the line, we're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm really glad this has come to an end now. You know, there's and I love this card because it's a very Aquarian energy card anyway. So yeah. And then finally, we have the Wheel of Fortune underneath the Sun card. This 4th week of the month looks absolutely magical. This is a really bright, very vibrant energy. You've got some really good news coming to you. So as challenging as some moments as August are, there's this last week of the month, this is where that big moment is going to hit. And you're going to be like, you know what? Not only has some of this been a blessing in disguise, but actually things really are working out for me in my perfect, you know, in perfect harmony and sync for everything that I need. Things are really working out for me. So for those of you that are single, this month you're definitely meeting somebody, and this person is very likely to be what I would call like a handsome stranger or a pretty stranger or a foreigner or somebody that's very, very different to you or has a very different outlook to you. And you know, this is somebody that's fun, vibrant, possibly even somebody that's youthful. Maybe, just maybe, this person could be younger than you as well. You never know. All right, for those of you that are partnered, this looks like travel. I'm seeing you guys, you know, going on a trip, going on a journey somewhere, and it's a lot of fun, just a lot of fun to be had. For your key to the month, you have the 6 of Pentacles. All right, so remember what I said to you about the finances. This month, just be really clear on what you're getting and what you're giving. Be very clear on, you know, if you have something to give, then give it. Don't loan it, because it will. If you loan money this month, it will create a problem later on. On another note as well, it does look like there is a boost to your finances or some sort of benefactor that's coming in when it comes to work. But yeah, either which way, I actually feel like I said, even with the challenges that do come up this month, I actually feel like it's going to be a great month for us. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.